Okay, it's like at the opera, the lights are cling, cling, cling. The lights are coming off and on. I know. I'll wait for you. Okay. We'll call to order the Douglasville City Council Legislative Work Session for tonight, which is Thursday, May the 28th, 2026. We'll call this meeting to order, and we'll have our invocation done by Pastor James Harper, pastor of First Presbyterian Church. After the invocation, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by the Mayor Pro Tem, City Council Member Terry Miller. Please stand for the invocation.
It's good to be with y'all today. This is nice. This whole place is nice. Let's pray. Lord God, we thank you and praise you for all the many ways that we've received your benefits and your kindness. We have received much, and teach us how to be grateful. Teach us how to live out of that gratitude and service to others. I'm grateful for these elected leaders, for their passion for this city, for this community, their hard work. I just pray that you give them all the wisdom they need tonight to do their work, give them creativity, give them courage. And I pray for all the staff of this city who have labored so well to fulfill these ideas and commitments these folks make. I pray that you would satisfy them with your presence and provide them all that they need. And we pray these things in Christ's name. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, for the pledge, and thank you, Pastor Harper, for reminding us to have an attitude of gratitude. We appreciate that. I'll go over the announcements, and then we have a presentation. My name is Rochelle Robinson. I'm Mayor of the City of Douglasville. I'd like to welcome you to this Douglasville City Council Legislative Work Session. This is a work session where agenda items are presented for discussion only, and no official action will be taken tonight. Official action will be taken on these items that we discussed tonight next Monday at our voting meeting at 6 p.m. If the business you're here for is not listed as an agenda item, there will be ample time under the agenda item comments from citizens and delegates for you to discuss your business. I'll go over a few protocol items, and then we'll get into the body of the meeting, the meat of the meeting. Excuse me, I ask that you please keep your comments and presentations on a professional level, dealing with the facts that are important for this governing body to make our decisions. We will not accept comments that are considered by the chair to be of a personal attack on any individual or group of individuals. You will receive a warning from the chair. If you deviate from that requirement, a second deviation will result in us asking you to leave the chambers. Only one person speaking at a time. Please do not applaud, react to the speaker. Speak from the audience, carry on a conversation. When you're at the podium, we ask that you would just direct all of your comments and concerns to myself or council members and not talk back and forth to the audience to be disruptive. I'll remind you that we're only required to accept public comments during the required public hearings, and we are not required to accept public comments on other items before this council that are not outside of the public hearings. Let's see. Now, I'll go over how the meetings will run. First of all, if you have a cell phone or electronic device, I ask you please put those in silent mode or turn those off until after the meeting. Now, this is how the agenda will be handled. The committee chairperson will read his or her agenda item. Then that person will, representing that agenda item or applicant, will make his or her presentation. We may ask clarifying questions, myself and council members, to seek more information, then we'll move forward. If it is a public hearing, the committee chairperson will ask for comments or statements from the audience. There's a maximum of 20 minutes for those that want to approve the item and 20 minutes that are in opposition. So each, the ones that are in favor, you have 20 minutes, and they're about 5 minutes per person maximum, and the same for the folks in opposition. If you'd like to speak, there are cards outside. You need to fill those cards out, bring them forward, and hand them to our Assistant City Clerk, Ms. Candace James, and the Assistant City Clerk will put your information into the record, the official record. Let's see, each person has one opportunity. This is not a question and answer format or debate going back and forth. We're here to hear the information, deliberate, make our decisions. If we can't answer your question before the meeting is over, a staff member will do that. We do have a policy on printed information. We ask that you would submit it to the city clerk or assistant city clerk. She will make copies and disseminate that information to myself and council members. Now, during the comments from citizens and delegates period, we are not addressing zoning items. Those will have been discussed during the public hearing for each zoning applicant. The time to address those concerns and comments, we're doing the citizen comments section for those public hearings for the zoning matters. Allowing those comments outside of the public hearing violates the Georgia State Zoning Procedures Act. I know it's a whole lot of information. Hopefully we're all on the same page and we can move forward. Now, we do have agendas. There are some printed outside if you'd like to have a physical copy. If not, you can follow us on the screen. So now we'll move on. We have done the announcements. I'll do the presentation. There is a presentation tonight honoring the esteemed counselor and attorney Lois Gershenberger for 17 years of service as solicitor of the City of Douglasville's Municipal Court from 2009 to 2026. Now, I will read a letter of recognition, and I have a key to the city, but sometimes things happen. The key was coming. It's like a bill that's sitting on Capitol Hill, and the key came to the old City Hall, and that isn't City Hall anymore. So they sent the key back. So hopefully the key will come. Well, it doesn't work. It does work. It's a universal key. She could open up anything in the city of Douglasville. But the key will come back, and we will send that to you, Attorney Gershenberger, when that key comes back. If you don't mind coming forward, you and your husband, I will read this proclamation, and if anyone wants to say anything, I know you have a council representative who used to, from Arbor Station, that may want to speak, Mayor Pro Tem, but if you'd like to make any comments after, you can do so, and then we'll take some photos. Office of the Mayor, Rochelle Robinson, May 28th, 2026. Dear Ms. Gershenberger, on behalf of the City of Douglasville, we'd like to thank you for your many years of dedicated service as court solicitor. Since joining the city of June 1st, 2009, you have served with professionalism, integrity, and a steadfast commitment to justice and public service. Your contributions over the years have helped support the important work of the municipal court and have made a lasting impact on the organization and the community we serve. We are so grateful as a mayor and council for the knowledge, leadership, and dependability that you have brought to your role throughout your tenure. Your commitment to excellence and service to this city has been truly appreciated. As you move into your next chapter, please accept our sincere gratitude and best wishes for your continued success, happiness, and fulfillment in all that lies ahead. Thank you again for your many years of service to the city of Douglasville. Sincerely, Rochelle Robinson, Mayor of the city of Douglasville, Douglasville City Council, and the citizens of the city of Douglasville. Let's please give her a hand and thank Ms. Gershenberger.
Mayor
Anyone want to
Robinson
say-
and council members, it's been a privilege, an absolute privilege to provide legal services. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure, my privilege, and I'm going to miss it, but
Aw.
retirement is fun.
Well, good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any council members want to say anything? I know Mayor Pro Tem made.
Lois, thank you so much for your service and your dedication. It's been true. For anybody to serve a community for that many years continuously with such dedication and such conviction, it makes us proud to have you been your colleague, and I'm certainly proud to have been your councilman too. So.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. She's here with her dear husband. We thank you. And sometimes we say, like we say in the military, when one family member serves, the whole family serves. So I know you've had many a night to listen to what's going on in municipal court in the city of Douglasville. So thank you so much that you've been here by your wife's side and in your 40+ years of marriage. We appreciate you all being a couple and seeding into our community. Any other comments? If not, let's give her another hand and we'll come around and take some photos.
Smiles, everyone.
Mr. Gershenberger retired from the GBI from 40 years. Woo-wee, that's a long time. Thank you for your service. So now we'll move on to the next item, which is on the agenda, is number 5, which is the Economic Development Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business under the Economic Development Committee at this time.
Thank you so much. We'll move on. Oh, it looks like we do.
Mine doesn't have anything on here.
Okay.
Was it on the?
It has adopted
Is it
resolution to
Oh, my
cancel the
goodness.
bond and determine.
I just gave over my agenda. No.
Okay.
We have to update the online thing.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, that item 26-183 was removed.
It was removed.
It is not, it is on the paper agenda.
Right.
But it is not on the online agenda.
So which is correct?
The online is correct.
So I was right.
You were right. You were right.
Yes, sir.
Now, you
Thank
know,
you.
wives and husbands, they hate to admit when you're wrong. But, so I was wrong. Yeah, but the paper one has it. So we'll move on then to item number 5, which is number 6, Finance Committee, chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm pretty sure we don't have any items under finance tonight.
Thank you so much, Coach. Housing and Community Affairs Committee, chaired by Councilmember Elena Hudson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I also feel confident in stating we have no items this evening under Housing and Community Affairs.
Ooh. Legislative, thank you, ma'am. Legislative and Intergovernmental Committee, chaired by Mayor Pro Tem City Councilmember Terry Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. According to this, we have no. Under the Legislative Intergovernmental Committee at this time.
What? Okay. Personnel and Organization Committee, chaired by Councilmember Howard Estes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm not going to be snarky and just say that we have no business tonight for the Personnel and Organization Committee.
Thank you so much, Councilman Estes. Now, we do have Planning and Development Committee, which it does look like we have business, and the vice chair is Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're
We
welcome.
happen to have one item.
Yes, sir.
Under Planning and Development tonight. It is to consider a request for a revised final plat approval for the purpose of establishing the as-built locations of the townhome buildings for lots 108 through 111 of Laurelwood Phase 1 for 6.202 acres at 5059 Reservoir Drive, Inland Lot 24, District 1, Section 5, application by FR Arbor Place, LLC. Mr. Greg Hasty, and Ms. Tubbs is going to lead us off with this.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Chelsea Tubbs, 6758 Spring Street, Planning and Zoning Administrator. As you all may know, this plat, not this plat in particular, but this development in particular has come before you all for several rounds of revisions for as-built for its Phase 2. So tonight, the applicant is looking to get approved for essentially establishing as-built locations for 108 to 111 for Phase 1.
Okay. So how many, so it's just for those lots, 108 through 111, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions or comments from council? Madam Mayor, you have anything?
No, sir.
Looks pretty cut and dried to me. And how far along are they with this development? How many?
After speaking with the developer, he did mention that this is the last plat for Phase 1, and then that the Phase 2 would see one more as-built plat coming soon.
All right, so this will complete Phase 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, if there's no questions or comments for Ms. Tubbs, I'd like to make a motion to place this on the consent agenda, if that is okay with council.
Okay, it looks like it's fine. You can put on
All
consent
right.
agenda.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So thank you, Ms. Tubbs, and
Thank
that's
you.
all we had tonight under Planning and Development.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vice Chair. Thank you, Ms. Tubbs. We'll move on then to Public Improvement Beautification Committee. There is no business under that committee by Councilmember Nicole Miller. So we'll move on to Public Relations Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis. You're welcome. Public Safety Committee, chaired by Councilmember Howard Estes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We
You're
have
welcome.
one item this evening, item 26-135. Authorize the mayor to sign the 2025 Byrne Justice Assistance Grant Certification. And
Thank you,
I had a question about the timing of this signature that's needed, but I think I was misreading. Yes. Is there a time frame where this has to be signed?
It has to be signed 30 days after the vote, which took place on
At
April 20th.
least 30 days.
At least 30 days after.
Okay, I read that backwards, and I was thinking we might have to get it approved this evening, but Monday's good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or comments? Seeing none, I would like to ask that this be placed on the consent agenda for Monday evening.
Looks like it's a go.
All right. And then, thank you, Madam Mayor. That is all we have for the Public Safety Committee this evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We'll move on then to item number 14, which is Recreation, Culture, and Tourism Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have one item on this Recreation, Culture, and Tourism tonight. Authorize the mayor to sign an agreement with the Douglasville Convention and Visitors Bureau, Inc. for services related to promotion of tourism, conventions, and trade shows. Ms. Rosado will handle this.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Samantha Rosado, 12385 Veterans Memorial Highway. Before you is a routine agreement acknowledging the expiration of the city in this Douglasville Convention and Visitors Bureau agreement. So we are asking to renew the agreement starting July 1, of 2026 through July 30th of 2027. This will, 2027, I apologize. This will allow the CVB to continue to collect hotel motel tax. We do collect an 8% hotel motel tax, 3% gets remitted back to general fund, 1.5% goes towards tourism product development, and then 3.5% goes towards tourism convention and trade shows.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rosado. Is there anything different in this agreement this year than in the past?
No, sir.
Okay. Any questions or comments from council? Madam Mayor? Go
I
ahead.
did have a quick question. Good to see you, Miss Samantha.
Hi, Mayor.
Yes, ma'am. It has installations for such payments shall be made, heirs no less often than quarterly and no later than August 15th, 2026. So they're going to be paid for August 15th for the July 1st through June 20th.
So we always collect hotel motel tax the month after, and so it's just the collection period of that hotel motel tax.
Okay, because that made me confused. If you said July, then you said you weren't collecting till August. That made me, okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Any other questions or comments? Oh, all right. I'd like to ask for this to be placed on the consent agenda for Monday.
Looks good.
All right, thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Ms. Rosado. And that is all we have tonight under Recreation, Culture, and Tourism.
Thank you so much, Coach. We'll move on then. Thank you, Ms. Samantha. To Technology Committee, chaired by Councilmember DeVitron Caldwell.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business under technology tonight.
Thank you, sir. We do have business under Transportation Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Elena Hudson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We just have one item under the Transportation Committee this evening. Item A, adopt a resolution approving the City of Douglasville Comprehensive Transportation Plan. We already went over this in our committee meeting, so Mr. O'Brien, I'd like to welcome you up to kind of walk us through this. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so good evening.
Good evening.
Mayor Robinson, City Council, City Manager Mrs. Hampton, city staff, and citizens of Douglasville. It's an honor to be here tonight. It's always great to come back to the city of Douglasville. My name is Mickey O'Brien. I'm with AECOM. I am the project manager. I was the project manager for the Comprehensive Transportation Plan. This spans a 30-year time window between 2026 and 2055. We've identified 58 projects and with a total estimated cost of about $190 million. Again, that's over 30 years. I forgot to mention with me is my colleague, Ran Joan, and she has been the project lead and has worked on several projects within the city of Douglasville and is very familiar with the project. So with that, I want to provide a high-level overview of the Comprehensive Transportation Plan as fast as I possibly can. So here we go. All right, so why this plan? We're going to touch on what we heard from the community, the public, as well as the stakeholders and the steering committee. We're going to talk about the recommendations. I'm not sure if you can hear me. All right, recommendations. We're going to look at some project maps and then talk about funding and next steps. So why are we doing this plan? Well, it is required if you are located with a MPO, a metropolitan planning organization or area, you must conduct a comprehensive transportation plan every 5 years to apply and receive federal funding. And many of these larger projects require assistance from federal and state agencies. So it's important that these are done every 5 years. In addition to that, I'd like to point out that the city of Douglasville is the talk of the town. It is, if you look at the stats here, the city is growing and our infrastructure needs to keep up with our growth. So this project will present a roadmap to achieve these improvements to keep up with the growth the city is undertaking. Within a 20-year time span, the city of Douglasville has grown approximately 73%. Compare that with the national average, it's roughly 6 to 7% within that same time frame. The city of Atlanta proper, the city limits, not metro Atlanta, has grown roughly 6 to 7% in that same time frame as well. So you can see the need for transportation infrastructure improvements are needed to continue with the growth the city's encountering, to maintain a high-level quality of life, and to continue to be prosperous economically. Additionally, this was undertaken with these key factors up here. We want to provide safety for all modes of transportation, improve mobility and connectivity, improve multimodal options, continue to promote economic growth, and then provide transportation facilities that serve all, not just a few. We want everyone within the city of Douglasville, whether they're a citizen or a visitor, despite their age, their ability, or their socioeconomic status, to have safe, accessible, affordable transportation options. And then finally, resiliency and sustainability. So the city of Douglasville has done a tremendous job in maintaining the infrastructure investments with local tax dollars and keeping your facilities in above average condition. And we'll get to that in just a minute here. So, working with the community and the stakeholder committee, who I would like to thank for their time, the public as well. Thank you for your time, your efforts, and your input to help us come up with this roadmap. It was interesting, when I work with other cities, I don't always get this synchronicity between the public and the steering committee. In this particular case, it was very, very close. The public really wants to continue to promote safe walkability that the city's already undertaking. And then, as well as the steering committee, but also congestion relief at key bottlenecks, such as at Highway 5 and Chapel Hill Road. So those were two of the main themes. Promote walkability that serves all, and let's take care of these congestion and areas that have a number of crashes that we can hopefully reconcile through this. So the common theme we heard from both groups was, let's stitch the city together and improve connectivity. All right, so the projects are organized in 3 tiers. Tier 1, or short-term projects that could be implemented without lots of bureaucracy. Maybe they're funded through, capital funds or things of that nature, but they could be sidewalk gaps, such as looking at schools, making sure your schools are safe, they have sidewalks, they have safe mid-block crossings, making sure all your destinations have safe, accessible routes and facilities to get to and from your destination, your many destinations within the city. Tier 2 are larger projects typically, projects that would require more money, that would require more planning studies. The Tier 2 projects, in this case, have the planning studies. Most of them do, but the funding has not been identified yet. Tier 3 are your long-range projects, which are larger network, larger arterial-type projects that have not had any planning, but have been identified as a need. All right, and step down. Then they're organized into categories. Category 1 is roadway safety and operations. We've identified 11 projects at $6.1 million. Category 2 are roadway Intersection improvement, 7 projects at $3.7 million, and then roadway capacity. These are larger projects, 7 projects at $125 million. And then category 4 are your active transportation projects. These are sidewalks, bike lanes, shared use paths, or greenways that promote health and wellness, but also a way to get to and from your destinations without spending $100 filling up your gas tank. All right, so again, this is how they're organized, and we're gonna move right on. All right, this map shows your roadway and safety operation projects. They're shown in orange on the left, orangish red. They're listed on the right. I will not go through each and every one of them, but what we heard from the public and also from the steering committee was, let's button up our schools. Let's make sure our schools and our children can get to and from school safely, whether they're in elementary school or high school. So promoting walkability was very, very important. So roadway safety and operations. So we've touched on that. I'm not going to go through all of these, but you can see a number of Tier 1 projects that do address some schools. All right, the next group of projects are your intersection improvement projects. These are intersections that have a history of crash data, and then based on that, our research and site observations, we've determined, and hearing from the public and from the steering committee, these locations need to be addressed. Again, they're broken out into Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 projects, which you see on your right. And then the yellow triangles, once again, are the intersections that we identified. Roadway capacity projects, all right? These are the projects that allow you to get to and from in your car to places more efficiently and safer. The lines shown in pink are the roads that we have identified for roadway capacity improvements. They are also listed on the right in the tiers, Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. And last but certainly not least, especially hearing from the public and having a directive of, we want projects built. We want to see taxpayer dollars, and I know the elected officials have expressed this to me over the course of my time working here. We want projects built that demonstrate that we've heard from the public, that we're using their taxpayer dollars as efficiently as possible to improve the health and wellness and the quality of life for all living in Douglasville, and also for visitors that come to your wonderful city. Again, the projects are shown in orange. These are bike ped projects, and then they're organized in Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. And we identified 33 of these projects, and these could be sidewalk gaps that are missing. But nonetheless, this is a very important set of projects, as they all are. But this will continue to expand on all the great work that you're currently doing and have done. All right, so funding strategies. Not all of these projects can be built with taxpayer dollars, absolutely not. Again, the purpose of this CTP is to complete it, get it adopted, and then look at these other funding sources such as federal, state, regional, and then looking at local funds that may be available for smaller type projects that bring a lot of value and safety to your community. So a 5-year plan here is year 1, adopt the CTP, which is a comprehensive transportation plan, and start pre-positioning for the larger projects that would require federal funding and state funding. Year 2 and 3, begin your priority sidewalk construction projects and your bike facilities where needed to connect these destinations. Year 3 and 5, begin implementing projects such as Church Street, which is identified as a signature corridor connecting to your town hall or your town green, as well as your beautiful new city hall that is on the way. Lots of potential there. And with that, so quickly, I want to just go through the timeline. So we need to start as soon as the CTP has been adopted, because in December to January is when the applications for these projects, the window for applying for these starts. The ARC staff will evaluate these projects between February and May, make a selection in July, a recommended selection of projects, and then in November, they will solidify those projects and put them on the tip. It's important that today serves as a historic moment to, once the CTP is adopted, is to start pre-positioning for these larger projects. So we can keep up with the growth of this wonderful city that you all live in. And then finally, the real goal of this project is a safer, more connected city of Douglasville that addresses everyone's needs, again, regardless of their abilities or their socioeconomic status. And the CTP, or the Comprehensive Transportation Plan, serves as a roadmap. Once the council hopefully adopts the CTP plan, it sets it in motion. That's when the pre-positioning starts, and then you can see the next steps. Adopt the CTP, start pre-positioning for the TIP, apply for and integrate the TIP, advance Tier 1 projects, and then start pre-positioning for Tier 2 and Tier 3 projects. The community and the steering committee both identified Highway 5 as the #1 highest priority project. That's going to require partnerships. That's going to require being proactive and working in conjunction with all the agencies as well as the county to get these off the ground. So with that, I want to thank the mayor and the council, city staff, and the public for your input, your guidance, and giving us the opportunity once again to work with the city of Douglasville. So thank you, and I'll open it up for questions.
Thank you very much. That was a very comprehensive report and a lot of great information in there. I love using a data-driven approach for everything. So I think that this report does just that, and it's a great tool for our staff as well as the governing body to just plan the city accordingly and make sure it makes sense and it's comprehensive for all of our residents. So thank you. Madam Mayor, do you have any questions?
Thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much. Not a question, but just a statement. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I want to thank you again, Mickey and AECOM and your team for really working with the city to help us come up with our transportation plan, to give us marching orders. We know that one of the reasons why people move to communities is for transportation, and it's becoming more congested, as you've said, about we're growing, we're outpacing, the state and the nation and growth, and so we have to keep up. So thank you for this. It helps us to get ready so that we can provide the service for our citizens. It's one of the things that local governments do, is resurfacing streets, having bike and pedestrian accessibility. And with us, Highway 5, that bridge, we're just so excited for the possibility to move forward. I know we've done some of our work, heavy lifting as a city, and we're just prepared, and we'll ask you to help us to get to GDOT and federal monies or whatever we can pull down, ARC, and then shortly after that, Chapel Hill Road.
That's
But
right.
anyway.
That's exactly
But
right.
those were the two,
Yeah.
just like Highway 5, the bridge, then all the
yes.
way to Strickland after we get the bridge in Douglas Boulevard.
Yes,
Which
ma'am.
WSA has done some work on Douglas Boulevard and Highway 5, but continuing throughout there, the bridge, it's not dilapidated, but it's very old. It's holding up,
Yes.
but it's
Yes.
like me, it's holding its own
time
with
to
the
be
age.
replaced.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're much younger than that bridge. And I like your haircut, by the way, Mayor
Oh, thank
Robinson.
you. Thanks.
I missed one thing that I just wanted to point out to the public, is the city conducted a pavement evaluation of your streets, all your streets within the city, and very detailed evaluation. The score came in at 75, which sounds like, oh, I barely passed, no, that far exceeds the national average of between 60 and 65 on streets pavement analysis and evaluation. So the city takes care of their assets that you help fund. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Vicki, I had a quick question.
Yes, sir.
I know you mentioned doing an inspection of the bridge, but does GDOT do a formal structural inspection on all of its bridges?
Yes, sir.
At a periodic time?
They sure
What is
do.
how often do they do that?
I want to say every 2 years.
2.
Yes, sir.
So that bridge has at least been structurally evaluated, so we know it's not an imminent collapse.
That's right, that's right.
'Cause I did
There's
notice-
deficiencies on it, and it is, our structural engineer says it is ripe for being replaced, but it's,
The date keystones on are, for some reason, I don't know why, there's 2 different dates, one on each way. There's 64 and 65.
Oh, wow.
And maybe if it was
when
built
they
in 2
started and
sections, maybe.
finished it, I don't know.
Yeah, but it is almost as old as me, so I know it's in bad shape. So.
And pedestrians can't safely cross it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 2 challenges. One is I-20 crossing, and the other is the railroad. But both of those, we've identified projects to improve the connectivity across I-20 as well as the railroad.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Anyone else on council? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Is everyone okay with placing this on the consent agenda for Monday? Okay, thank you, Madam Mayor. That's all we have for the Transportation Committee.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
We appreciate you, Mr. O'Brien, and AECom and your team. And thank you, Ms. Alicia Mann, who was the project manager for the city. We appreciate all your hard work as well. Thanks for helping us. So we'll move on now. I don't believe we have any other committees. Recreation, Culture, and Tourism, already gone through all that. I'm looking at the wrong one. So it's Transportation Committee. We don't have any other business to come before council tonight from the elected officials. Any announcements? Well, I have a couple. Next Wednesday, June 3rd, starts our Wednesday Wine Down series. Indio Cat and Lilac Wine. I think I'm saying that right. So those are the 2 acts. What time does it start, Councilman Davis?
It starts at 5, music starts at 5, and the act starts at 7 o'clock.
Okay, music starts at 5. Come out with your chairs, and so you'll be dancing with the DJ, and then the act starts at 7. So that series is from June 3rd through July 1st. We do that Friday coming up is Gregory Porter with the concert series at the amphitheater. That is that Saturday, I apologize. So that's June 6th or 5th? June 6th. June 6th is Gregory Porter, and then I think we have 2 other ones for the fall, or we're going to take a break, then we come back with those concerts. I'm getting confused. Yeah, we go to the fall after that. So we'll take a break from the summer, spring, and then we'll come back in the fall with the concert series. But Wednesday Wine Down will go through July 1st. Then we'll have the 4th of July parade. So we have a lot going on for the summer. And we have the FIFA, the soccer games, where we were awarded one of the license to be a watch party city. So the amphitheater will be open during those parties. I think we have 6 watch parties. I'm not 100% sure. So green on the, what's the something on the green? Jason always comes up with these nifty names. Goals on the greens. I knew it was 2 Gs. Goals on the green. So a lot coming up. Just excited to have community events for people to come together. It's a gathering space at the amphitheater. We had a visit today from Congresswoman, U.S. Congresswoman Lucy McBath, and she went and talked with the seniors. This is Senior Citizen Adult Month, so she came to talk to our seniors at Jesse Davis Park, and then we went to the police department to talk about the Youth Against Violence program. So it was wonderful, and thank you, staff, city manager, for supporting Ms. Bath, Congresswoman McBath. So I think that's all I had. We don't have any other announcements from city elected officials. Okay, so we'll move on to updates from our city staff. Our city attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, Attorney Dawson. Our staff attorney, Ms. Miranda Jordan.
No business, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Our police department, our deputy chief, J.R. Davison.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one item to note, the car show scheduled for this Saturday at the police department is being postponed due to weather.
Okay, the car show's always fun. So you all would let us know, Ms. Shannon Dean, she has all those events when we're going to reschedule, correct?
As soon as we reschedule, yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Deputy Chief. Our city manager, Ms. Marcia Frazier.
No business, Madam Mayor.
What? Okay. Comments from citizens and delegates. If you sustain the meeting, you'd like to speak to us, please come forward, give us your name and address for the record, and you have 5 minutes to talk to us about any business germane to the city of Douglasville. We don't have any takers. No takers, Councilman Davis? All right. We don't have any other business to come before council tonight. This meeting is adjourned.